Hello again. This is for Thursday's lesson, and it would be lesson in math 139, lesson 139, and you'll be working on pages 277 and 278. We did not have a video for, that would have been Wednesday, because that was a test day, but you did have a paper to do that day, 274 and 276. But today we're on lesson 139, and I'm going to start out with some long flashcards, and I'm going to see if you can work it as I go. I'm not going to give you the answer till the very end, and I'm going to give you time to answer out loud. Make sure you're practicing, just like if we were in school. Here we go. 3 plus 3 plus 2. I hope you said 8. Next one. 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2. I hope you said 12. Yes, I added a couple more numbers, but it doesn't make it harder. Just keep going until we know that story's over or that problem is over, and then give the final answer. Here's one with 4 numbers. Ready? 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. 9. I hope you said 9. 2 plus 2 minus 3 plus 2 minus 1. 2 is the final answer. One more. 3 plus 1 plus 0 plus 5 plus 2. 11 is the final answer. Hopefully you said that out loud. All right, today we're going to talk about story problems again, but these are going to be different today. Sometimes stories give us more information than what we really need in order to answer the story problem. So I'm going to read some story problems to you, and some of the things I say in these problems are not needed. You're not going to need that information to get the answer. You have to listen carefully and decide which facts you need to use for your answer and which facts you don't need in order to get your answer. The first time I read the problem, I want you to decide which fact is not necessary. Okay, that's all I want you to do is, as I'm reading it, figure out, okay, well, I don't need to know that in order to get the answer. That's what I want to know. Here's the first story. Tina picked 3 red roses, 4 marigolds, and 2 yellow daisies. How many red flowers did Tina pick? Now, there was a flower in there that was a different color than red. You had to know what number went with it. That's not going to be needed. I'll read it again and see if you can figure it out. Tina picked 3 red roses, 4 red marigolds, and 2 yellow daisies. How many red flowers did she pick? Right. We do not need, she picked 7, didn't she, that were red, because we needed to know the 3, because those were red roses, and we needed to know the 4, because that was the red marigolds. They told us that she also picked 2 yellow daisies, but we did not need that number in order to find out how many red flowers that she picked. So our story would be 3 for the red roses, and plus 4 for the red marigolds equals 7 red flowers. We did not need the 2 in that story problem. Here's another example. Tanya went to spend the night at Grandma's. She brought 1 nightgown, 3 dolls, and 1 teddy bear. The question is, how many toys did Tanya bring? Now, what was it that I said in that story problem that is not a toy? The nightgown, right? Nightgown's not a toy. Well, the story said she brought 1 nightgown. Do we need that number 1 then? No, because they didn't ask us about the nightgown. They asked us about the toys. So when we read it, she brought 1 nightgown. Don't need it. 3 dolls. We need that. That's a toy. And 1 teddy bear. That's a toy. So how many toys did Tanya bring? Well, we're going to need to know the 3. Use that number 3 for the dolls. And we're going to need the number 1 for the teddy bear. So 3 plus 1 equals how many toys did she take to Grandma's? 4 is the correct answer. We did not need to use that number 1. So we really need to be listening to what their question is. We've been learning that in story problems, we need to learn or listen to the numbers that are used and to the clue words that are used. Like if we hear in all or all together, we know we're going to put a plus sign for those numbers. We've learned that if we hear the words, how many are left or how many more, we know we're going to subtract because we're going to want to find the difference. So we had to listen to the numbers. We knew there was a 1, we knew there was a 3, and we knew there was another 1. We needed the 3 for the dolls and the 1 for the teddy bear, but we did not need the 1 for the nightgown because it is not a toy. So now we're learning to listen to what they're really asking us about. If they're not asking us about the nightgown or clothing, then we're not going to need it. They're asking about toys. Let's do this again. One more example. Alex saw 3 butterflies, 5 ladybugs, and 2 frogs. The question is, how many insects did Alex see? Is a butterfly an insect? Yeah. So we need the number that goes along with the butterfly. Are ladybugs an insect? Yeah. So we need the number that goes along with the ladybugs. Are frogs insects? No. So whatever number they put with those frogs, we do not need it in order to answer the question, how many insects? Because a frog isn't an insect. So I'll read it again and see if you can figure out the answer to how many insects. Alex saw 3 butterflies, 5 ladybugs, and 2 frogs. How many insects did Alex see? Well, we know we need the 3 for the butterflies. We know we need the 5 for the ladybugs. And that is, yes, 8. 8 insects is what Alex saw. Yes, he saw frogs, and that's really nice to know, isn't it? Sometimes they give us information in our stories that it's nice to know, but we don't need it in order to get the right answer. So we have to make sure we're listening to what the question is even asking us in the first place. All right, let's review again our greater than, less than, 142, 157. Turn my alarm off there. And we can see that 1 doesn't help us. 4, 5 bundles of 10 does. The 5 has more bundles of 10. So we know 157 is a greater number. We're going to start our pencil on that side. Notice I didn't use a box today. I'm just using a line. But we're still going to start our pencil on the side of the number that's bigger. We go down and back, and we still read it left to right. Read it with me. 142 is less than, yes, 157. Let's do this one. 179, 197. Now, we should start being able to know that 197, if we were counting, comes after 179. So we should know it's the bigger one. But if you're not sure, you should still check your place value. 1 doesn't help us. 7 bundles of 10, 9 bundles of 10, that helps us. That lets us know that 197 is the greater number. So we're going to start on that side, down and back. Even though we found the greater number first, we're not going to read it first because it's on this side, okay? So we're going to start over here and we read it. 179 is less than 197. Very good. 161, 149. Now I want you to yell so loud that I'll be able to hear you through the video. Which one's the bigger number? 161 or 149? Wow! I heard you all the way over here. 161. So we're going to start our pencil on that side, down and back. 161 is, what do we see first? Greater than 149. Very good. All right. You are going to work on your paper today. Page 277, 278. You're going to do speed drill number 3. And make sure you bring that paper back because we're going to do speed drill number 4 when you get back from your Easter break. All right. This is it for math. Happy Easter, and we'll see you when you get back.